check everything's good. Yep, we're live on Facebook. Let's see that. Are we live on Twitter? We are. We're live on Twitter as well. Are we live on YouTube? I think we are live on YouTube. I think. Let me just check. What's going on, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. It's been a while since I've done a live, so I just thought I'd jump on, say good day, catch up with you guys. No real theme for tonight, other than the fact of I just want to catch up with you guys, see what is happening. Obviously, big weekend last weekend, so big weekend last weekend. Hey, what's going on? Let me just make sure. Yo, here comes everyone. Victor, hey Ryan, good to see you, Victor. Red Cap Man, what's up? Good to see you too. Lucid29, love you, bro. Thank you, man. And Bruzo says, we are live. Yeah, man, we're live. We're live. David warns you there with his Levant 7-0 straight away. Manu, hey, good to see you. Yeah, guys. So yes, Devin hit 1 million subscribers. I think yesterday or something like that. Varon from Facebook mentions that. How cool is that? It's awesome to see arm wrestling characters getting out there. Well done. Well done. What's up to you, Gabriel? Texas. Good to see you, man. Connor Matthews as well. How's it going, Blue? What's the time out there? It is 2:36 a.m. I'm still very much dealing with jet lag. Yeah, still very much dealing with jet lag from Dubai. So it's in Dubai right now. It's only what it's like 8 p.m. So I don't feel tired yet. Yeah. Connor says, "Good job over the weekend, mate. Ain't too far off." Yeah, man. I really appreciate it. I had a great time. It was nice just to be back on that stage and to be amongst that crew of people. And yep, the arm wrestling was good too. I really had a great time pulling Schoolboy. And yeah, not too far off. Back to work I go. Good to see you, Zan. He says, "Hey, bro, how are you, man? Love from India. India's a place that I want to go back to." Bogdan Stoika, there he is. Hey, bud, you were definitely in it, but size makes a difference. Bogdan, I needed to channel some of your style arm wrestling. I didn't realize this until the last round when I finally got brave and I just came forward at him, and that proved to be like easily the most fruitful lane. So, like, I just needed to be you. I just literally needed to be you and just be just be fearless and come forward. But I was way too scared to do that at first, and then I was like, it got to the end, and I was just like, Lachlan said to me in my ear, he's like, "Dude, don't give up center. Stop being a pussy and take center." So I did, and it felt good. But anyway, Dankius says he's on the Dubai sleep pattern as well. Man, that's you permanently, Taryn Broad. You're always up. But I appreciate you and the support you always give, man. Hey, what else I saw? Motivational Mango says, when will you be in East vs West? I don't know. Hopefully soon. I do have another match already booked for this year. That I'm hoping will be announced really, really soon by the promoter. It's not on East vs West, but it's one of the majors. But look, what I can say is that it's nice to be back in that fold. Core Sports, King of the Table, East vs West. I'm back in amongst the pigeons, the cat amongst the pigeons, so to speak. And I think you're going to see opportunities. You're going to see me hopefully on the East vs West stage in the not too distant future. Yeah, I want to really get into the 105 kilo category. That's what I want to do. I really do feel like I could pull there. I'd love to pull some people. See, I have this interesting thing like when it comes to Australian ranks, for example. There's no foreseeable opportunity for me to ever pull Lachlan, nor do I actually want to pull Lachlan. But of course, as an athlete, Even though Lachlan's one of my best mates and he's one of my training partners, I still want to beat the dude. I want to get ahead of the dude. So I feel like the only way I can ever do that on a reputation sense is to be able to do something that he hasn't been able to do. So I would love to pull someone like David Arabuli. I know that Lachlan beat David. I would love to show that I can beat David too. On the East First West stage, that would be great. That would be great. Why is there no highlights? Look, so all of the videos are still in the pay-per-view phase, guys. So if you want to see the match, you just head to app.coresports.tv and you can watch the full event. But look, it usually takes about a week to 2 weeks before Core Sports releases the footage. The good news is Core Sports have given me the rights to release the match on my YouTube channel. So I will get to release the official footage right here on my YouTube channel and Facebook, wherever I want to put it. So that's exciting. It'll obviously be released on the Core Sports page as well, and it'll be released on Schoolboy's page as well. But I'm just happy that I get to have a piece of that pie. But yeah, it'll come. It'll come. What else we got going? Connor Sale. Drew24 says, Connor, a One Punch Man Sale. How you doing, man? Yeah. If you guys haven't seen Connor Sale's Arm Gods match, go and watch it. Just trust me. Go and watch it. I've never seen a more brutal before than Connor Sale and Matt. Good, Matt's last name. Sorry, Matt. Anyway, go watch it. What else is going on? So tonight, guys, the theme of this live is I'm just going to be talking to you guys. I have no subject matter pre-planned in my head. I'm just reading comments tonight. So anything you send through, I'm going to read. Where am I up to? Dimitris Natakuvanos says, can Brian commit to arm wrestling in a way to compete amongst the top 10 super heavyweights? Love to hear your input. Yeah, I haven't. Obviously, Brian's just hung out with Devon. I haven't seen any footage of them pulling outside of like a 2-second clip. I'm not sure if any long form footage has been released yet. But Brian is like the talk of the town at the moment. Everyone's talking about Brian. And over there in Dubai, a lot of us were chatting about Brian as well, just saying, what do we think? And like we all, like Michael Todd and I actually talked about this in length in one of the lives we did over there. We still think as big as Brian is and as strong as Brian is, it's going to take 3 to 5 years for him to develop the specific strengths and the little movements and the table IQ and just the efficiency to be able to do everything that an arm wrestler needs to do in order to be genuinely in the top 10 super heavyweights. He clearly has the strength. He does show signs of table IQ. He just needs to want to do it, really. There is, of course, a size human that it just, once you're at that size, it doesn't matter. Like, and this is what Michael and I were talking about when we were having a lot of fun with it. We were saying that if a human was like 7'5" and properly muscular, then he could probably do it in year one, beat Levan. But I don't think Brian, ironically, I don't think Brian's big enough to beat Levan yet. I mean, it's gonna take time. Yeah, all right. What else we got? How's the arm feeling, Connor? Yeah, the arm is still pretty sore. I was at the gym tonight. I just got on the bicep curl machine, the preacher machine, and I'm definitely tender through the right brachialis still. When I was actually getting on the like this. I was getting on the preacher machine in the King's move and just allowing the machine to just stretch through the brachioradialis and whatnot. But yeah, no injuries. I did have a bit of a sore hand. The metacarpals in my hand were pretty. They felt kind of sprained, but I would say that they feel good again now. There's no worries at all. So how you can watch the match? If you want to watch it right now, Aravinda, you got to head to app.courtsports.tv and get yourself the pay-per-view replay. Somewhere in about a week's time, it'll be free right here on my channel, though. What do I think of Schoolboy versus Bournemouth? Yes. Look, we spoke about that a lot. I spoke with Alex, Schoolboy's brother, about this, and they're very aware of Rickard. They see him coming, and look, they are super interested in that match too. I think Schoolboy would like to pull Ron Barth next, and I think that's an awesome match for Schoolboy. However, they are very aware of Rickard Bournemouth's presence, And look, uh, I think Ricard beat him. I think Ricard beat him. I really do. I just have to say it. I think Ricard Bormann would beat Schoolboy. And the reason I say that is because um, I think as good as Schoolboy's top roll is and his side pressure is, I think Ricard Bormann's press, because Ricard Bormann is the same size as Schoolboy, effectively. They're pretty much the same size humans. And Ricard Bormann just has a press that just cuts people off so nicely. And I just feel, from what I felt in round six, I was able to cut the top roll off of Schoolboy, and I don't have anywhere near the press capability that Ricard Bormann has, and I feel like Ricard would be able to cut that off. So Schoolboy would be having to come inside with him, and I don't know. I don't know if he could handle it. Yeah, Schoolboy. Look, that happens at the end. People, when you've won a match and you're up 4-0, people don't try. So yeah, I do agree that there is a degree of relaxation that goes on. Um, but he tried the top roll and I turned the top roll in. So then he was caught out of position and I was able to effectively pin him, even though I apparently elbow fouled, even though I swear I didn't. Yeah, I do agree. I do agree. If he knew it was coming, he would have fired it more. But still, even with that, I do think that it was a more vulnerable lane on him than the lane that I chose with trying to Kings movement. But yeah, I don't disagree with you on that. Everyone backs off a little bit once they've got the match won. Hey, Ken Holes Gaming, thank you very much. Being all the support from India, I've had so much growth and support in the fan base in India. It's been awesome. I promise I will come back to India. I'm gonna enter a season of arm wrestling where I'm gonna travel a whole lot more. And yeah, Reno versus Schoolboy. I would think Reno just has the right style to cut off Schoolboy. I don't think Schoolboy's style is perfect. I think Schoolboy, look, relative to me, Schoolboy's top roll felt amazing. That was the problem for me, was that he could rise and regrip and climb so effectively, and I couldn't prevent that, and I couldn't take the high ground at all. Um, where I think Schoolboy is vulnerable to the press. I think Reno's one of those best presses around, so I'd back Reno. Bogdan Stoiker says, "Go balls in, jump on his hand." Yeah, man. I wish I did. I wish I did. Brian on Facebook says Georgie did better against Rivas than Morozov, and a match for both athletes are a must. Georgie did better against Rivas. Yeah, look, Georgie's Zaranov looked phenomenal on the night. That dude is one of the best put together humans I've met in arm wrestling. From his neck down to his fingers, he is rock solid. Like, sitting next to him, you're like, it feels like he's made of granite. I think Georgie and Morozov is a fantastic match. Absolutely. What else? What else we got? What will be my next match? Look. My next match is what I'll say. I can't tell you the exact name yet because the promoter hasn't announced it, and I'm waiting on the green light from them. So I can't tell you what it is exactly, but I can tell you it's a 105 kilo match. Um, it's a 105 kilo match, and it's a very good match. It's a very good match. I actually was chatting with Neil Pickup earlier tonight, and I said to him, I asked him, I said, "You're a great matchmaker, Neil. Based on your experience and what you've seen at my level at the moment, who would you match me at 105?" And he said, "Look, well, he knew who my next match was. I'd already shared it with him. He said, 'Look, then your next match, that's a red liner. I don't know who's going to win it.'" And then he threw out another couple of names. He said David Arabuli. Who else did he say? He said David Arabuli. Let me just check the message. He said David Arabuli or Jerome Loud was his recommendations. So it's not David Arabuli or Jerome Loud, but it's the third person in that little triangle. How old am I? I am 39 years old, mate. Thanks, Davey. It's Fox 8 Ball. Good to see you, Fox. Hope you're doing well. Causing all sorts of trouble up there in the UK. Ironhouse 4 coming out soon, says Bogdan Stoiker. Yeah, nice. Pretty sure Bogdan's in there too. Schoolman says motivational mango. Yes, indeed, he is. Yeah, Drew24 there. He's put the link up. Core Sports World. That's where you can head right now if you want to watch it. If you need to see it and you haven't, it's the place to go. Grab it, pay-per-view, replay. Otherwise, in about a week's time, it'll be free um, on my YouTube channel, Schoolboy's YouTube channel, and Core Sports YouTube channel. Oh, hang on a second. My phone's just started playing the audio. I don't want to get that feedback loop. Right, what else is going on? What else is going on? Thanks, Red Cap Man says, "Hey Ryan, just want to say good job on the singing." Yeah. Yeah, look, I don't sing often. Every now and then, I find myself in the mood to do it. And as I was waiting for the flight back home, it just was like I needed to do something to kill the time, and that's where I landed. So you never know. You never know. I might do it again someday. What else we got? Yeah. Dankia says Michael can easily take the wrist of a silverback in the strap. Yeah, we had a great chat about how would we go against a gorilla, an untrained gorilla in an arm wrestle, and Michael reckons that if he gets it in the strap and it's a nice tight strap, that he can crack the wrist back. We're like the gorilla's in a cage, reaching out of the cage, putting an elbow on the table, and I was like, if that gorilla has been taught just to cup and drag, you're screwed. But if it's got no training at all, I reckon Michael could take it. But it was a funny one. Brian can't beat Levan ever, says Miko Raikkonen. Yeah, I don't think he will either. I just, the essential ingredient is obsession and love for the sport. Will that develop? I don't know. But if it does, he has the potential. If it doesn't, he certainly won't. Jacob's asking me thoughts on the best ways to improve side pressure for workouts outside of table time. You know, side pressure has been side pressure is an interesting thing. It doesn't. You can try to forcibly train it. I've been through seasons where I've tried to forcibly train it, and it will improve, but you will flare your elbow during that time. Another way, you got to kind of understand what side pressure is. A lot of the time, side pressure is like what feels like side pressure from your opponent is sometimes just them having a dominant hand and a dominant pronator. Like, so side pressure is the final frontier of conditioning in the story. I would say in order to maximize your side pressure, I would say maximize first your wrist flexion, your pronation, and your bicep brachialis. Once you feel that your genetic potential in your return on effort is very minimal, then start hitting side pressure directly. This day and age, I don't go heavy. Like I know like people like Kamil Jablonski does go heavy, but that's not where I'm feeling it. I'm liking like I was doing 40 kilo sort of press movements at the gym yesterday, and that was I could have done way more, but that was enough to stimulate the connections in my elbow to a point where I feel like it's adding layers to the conditioning. So yeah, Ryan back on the bench and side pressure training. Yeah, Drew, I'm back on. I've kind of got a bit of an obsession with the dumbbells at the moment. Historically, dumbbells hurt my shoulder, but all of a sudden they're not hurting my shoulder. So I had a good chat with Sebastian Oreb about 2 weeks ago before going to Dubai about this whole how do I develop my bench, how do I develop my chest, given that I'm so kyphotic and I've always struggled to engage my pecs. I always find my shoulders and my triceps are the thing that fails on me. And he said to me, given the kyphosis that I've got, he said, look, your pecs are probably bigger and more developed than I'm giving myself credit for. It's just that they're not visible because of the shape of my spine and my shoulders. But his recommendation was to hit an incline dumbbell as to make that my go-to. So I've kind of got a little bit of an obsession with the incline dumbbell at the moment, and I've as of tonight I've got an obsession with the weighted pull-up too because I've been I've been posting videos to Facebook, and Facebook is a really unique place to post because for some reason the algorithm on Facebook just pumps your videos out in front of people that don't know who you are, and I constantly just get criticized. So I'm kind of having like an ongoing argument and war with the people of Facebook who didn't believe that I could pull down 130 kilos on a lat pull down. So I went and did it as weighted pull ups instead, and I really enjoyed it tonight. I did 128 kilos weighted, no worries for sets of five. I went all the way up to 148 kilos to see if I could just do it. I got like one rep out that wasn't quite a full rep, and then on the second rep I got it kind of three quarters up, and then just static held that. So I think I'll enjoy doing that. Um, yeah. Fox reckons no one's catching Levan unless they go through what he has. Yeah, it might be the case. Or they're just genetically big enough. Miss you on the commentary. Thank you, GB. Look, I might end up back on the commentary. I really may end up there. I clearly do love that side of the sport as well. I'd be happy to commentate any of the events. Like I said, I'm on talking terms with everyone again, and that includes Engin Terzi and Neil Pickup and all those people. So yeah, we'll see. I'm not going to push for it or pressure for it, but if you guys want me there, let them know. Let them know, and I will happily go and commentate. One thing, so I'm not an announcer. Please never, never, never ask me to try to be Neil Pickup or Jake Ward when it comes to announcing. I am not good at calling people in. I don't enjoy it. I don't even want to do post-match interviews or anything like that. But commentate the actual match, that I can do. All right, what else is going on? You guys chatting a bit. Yeah, Drew 24, Schoolboy Ron Bath. Beautiful match. I think Schoolboy Ron Bath is a fantastic match for a number of reasons. I actually think that Schoolboy's peak force is bigger than Ron's. He has much higher ability to surge. Like you saw what happened. I was able when I pulled Ron, we were stuck in center. When I pulled Schoolboy, we were not stuck in center. He ripped me from center, and I was like red line. But what Ron has that Schoolboy doesn't have is just relentlessly consistent, never dying side pressure, and that could be a real big problem for Schoolboy. And Ron will come forward. Ron's got a press, so I like the match. Great match. I give Schoolboy the slight edge in that match, but at the same time, if Ron won, I would not be surprised at all. But I would love to see that match. I think that's a perfect East vs West match right there. Schoolboy Ron Bath. Okay. Question from Crimson Avenger Gaming says, "Hey Ryan, just curious, which would you say is the most important area of strength to focus on for a top roll?" That's a look. Top roll for me. Like I remember when one of the first times I met John Brzenk and hung out with him, we were talking this same sort of subject here, and he said the best way to learn the top roll is to start from a deep grip. And now, when you think about what John was meaning in that, it highlights a couple of things. So the first thing is when you think of a top roll, don't just think of lifting and twisting. So it's not just rise and pronate. Even though rise and pronate is a major factor, it's important to have fingers involved, wrist flexion involved, your upper back involved, and with your lats to get drag on, and then rise and roll. So, and then to quote even Engin Terzi, when it comes to the art of top rolling, it is about combining as many muscle groups in the chain of your arm and hand as possible against as few defenses as possible. So, again, you don't want to just have one thing. You don't want it to just be bicep and pronator. You want to develop your top roll to be a connected chain. And that's why you see that lift that I do daily, which by the way, I'll start again doing soon. That lift really incorporates that full chain. It's your wrist, it's your pronation, it's your brachioradialis, it's your bicep, it's your shoulder, all tied together. So you really want to find a movement that can strengthen that whole chain. I think if you're talking in individual elements, it's harder to pinpoint which one is the most valuable. But your top roll will only be as good as the weakest link in that chain. So make them all strong. Ryan, how was it to meet Neil again? Was it almost nostalgia for us? Yeah, it was cool. cool catching up with everyone there. Neil and I played up to the fact that we did a bit of a stare off photo. Then we took a photo of the fixed pose with me pretending I'm all on the outer and being pissed off. So, but it was good. We hung out by the pool a bunch of times, chatted a heap. So, went out for dinner, all sorts of stuff. So, it was good. The GOAT. And everyone loves calling me the GOAT. Even Morozov was calling me the GOAT. Bloody Morozov, cheeky. He's a funny dude, really nice guy, but he was calling me the GOAT the whole weekend. What else have we got? Okay, here's an interesting topic. This will open up a bit of a can of worms. Hey Kana, Arm Wrestling says you're doing too much, Blue. You should fix your routine. You're overworking yourself, and everybody's saying that you need to fix your routine. Lessen the intensity, and you'll start winning. Okay, look. Okay, I'm going to try not to be aggressive here. Okay, I'm going to try not to be frustrated. This is a subject that frustrates the life out of me. Is people giving me unsolicited advice on how to train? Okay, the reason it frustrates the life out of me is because what I post online is but a mere glimpse of my program. It is a not even 0.5% of my program. Okay, so when you make a comment like this and you say that my routine's all over the shop, you are making that assumption based on virtually zero information. Okay, I have a program. I follow my program. My program has been designed and inspired by Sebastian Oreb, Lachlan Adair, and myself. I stick to my program. The lifts that I post for social media. So my career is social media. What makes me money is social media. If I put my entire program out there, no one would watch or care nor interest. So I post the random things that work on social media that make me money. So please forgive me when I get frustrated and annoyed at people telling me that I need to change my program. I have a program, and it's designed by really, 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 really experienced and professional strength coaches. So, yeah, so chill. The stash is back, yeah, and it needs a trim. It's messy right now. I need to go to the barber tomorrow, have a haircut, and line this thing back up because it's all over the shop. It's all over the shop. Hey, thanks, Ash K. Says he was rooting for me. He was real close in a couple of rounds. Yeah, hindsight's 2020, and it's a lot easier. I think I could go back and look if I could pull Schoolboy next week. I think I'd do a lot better than I did. I'm not saying I'd win, but I think I'd do a lot better than I did. But that's the way it goes, isn't it? I like to fall forward. Remember, I like to fall forward, so I'm going to keep falling forward and keep climbing this. Palin thinks I'd kill Jerome. Maybe I would. Maybe I would. We'll see. How much weight I can cup and hold. So I do like on a rolling handle. I'll cup down 65 kilos and do holds with that. Bowen versus Artem Taranenko. You know, Sylvester Stallone. I'm sure you're just trolling, but maybe you don't know that we've ever pulled. But I have pulled in total. How many rounds? I've pulled 4 and 3. So I've pulled 7 rounds in total against Artem Taranenko, and I'm 7-0. Okay, just so you know, I've never been pinned, and I've pinned him 7 times. Yes, yeah, mate. Neil and I are good. We're good. Tracy Johnson says the WAF water issue in the US over the weekend is very interesting. I haven't seen it, but yeah, that's always an interesting one. Hey, first super chat of the night, Alexander Clark. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the super chat. It's been a while since I've done these sorts of things, so it means a lot to me, man. Thank you. For $2 says best ways to work side pressure. Mine is lacking. Yeah, Alexander. So we kind of touched on this before. Side pressure is the final frontier of arm wrestling. I would say one of the best things is to just not rush it. Fully develop your fundamentals of wrist flexion, pronation, back pressure through your bicep and brachioradialis. Once you've got those at the point where you feel like your human potential is starting to taper and your return on investment in terms of time and energy is no longer being dramatically successful, then it's start the time to go into side pressure. People like Kamil Jablonski goes really heavy on side pressure and actually pushes it. I've done seasons like that as well. What my truth of it is now is I actually feel like medium weight side pressure is where I like to be at. For me, like a medium weight is 40 kilos. So 40 kilos on a cable and pressing and just supinating, pressing, and the main objective being inner elbow conditioning, and yeah, that's how I would do it. I would do it. You can redline it if you want, but just know that you'll redline it and you will get flared up. Um, yeah, but thank you, brother, for the super chat. You're the man. Gabriel's asking, did you do any after pulling in Dubai? I didn't. I was too sore, and I was already preparing for my next match in my head. I'm like straight away. Most of the time, injuries happen after pulling. Is my next match 105 kilos? Yes, sir. It is 105 kilos. Ryan Grubesic. Sorry about that. Hello from Canada. Good to see you. Legend of Nelda says Monster Michael Todd versus Gorilla Bowen versus a chimp. That would be some fun. That would be some fun. Fitness Fellas says Ryan's next match is Andre Shark. Wow, well, that'd be a good match. Andre's a beast. He just won the 11 man, what do you call it? Round robin in Arizona, beating everybody. And there were some people in that list that were machines. Yeah, good match, that one. Rolling Up Everest says, please patch things up with RVJ. Arm wrestling needs him. I actually look. A lot of people have asked. I haven't watched the RVJ video, so look, it was advised to me not to watch it. People who, when I was in Dubai, people who did watch it said, "Dude, don't watch it." Oh, Alexander Clark, did I miss your super chat? No, I didn't. I got it. We got it. Alex. Unless you sent another one and I missed that. Sorry. But let me just scroll and check. I'll scroll every now and then to see if there's a super chat, guys. Sorry, I don't want to miss people's super chats. Thank you. All right. Yeah. So the RVJ thing, I haven't watched it. I don't intend to watch it. I have nothing. I have nothing against RVJ. I have no bad blood with him at all. He obviously got upset, and that's all I really know. So, but obviously, I was in Dubai. I had a place to be, had a job to do. Is what it is. Oh, good. Oh, good. RD says, hey, Ryan, I have two questions. How much can you cup on a cable system, and do you train captains of Crush? Yeah, so I can cup, like I said, about 65 kilos on a rolling handle, and I can static hold that. If I do that, oh, sorry about that. On Lachlan's machine, I was able to cup. I was able to statically cup, and by statically cup, I mean just get off the ground like 90 kilos. Tall Paul Hutchins, good to see you, brother. Thank you for all your support. You're relentless in it. Megatron's another one of these people that's either trolling me or under a rock. Ryan Bowen versus Artem Taranenko or Jason Merlo would be a great even match. I think you're trolling me, Megatron, because I see your name around often enough floating in the comments section that I know that I've pulled Artem. Pulling Jason would be interesting, although I am heavier than Jason. But he just had a great match with Mario Timbakis, fellow countryman. Mario won. Well done, Mario. But yeah, I've pulled Artem. I've never lost to Artem. I'm 7-0 against Artem, just for the record. Yeah, Connor's confirming it. Ryan beat Artem just a few months ago. I can guarantee Bowen versus Shaw at King of the Table. It's funny. This is the thing about me and my matches. I don't say no. I can't say no. I won't say no. I never will say no to any match that's offered to me by a promoter that's paying. Look, if a promoter rings me and says, Ryan, I want you to pull this 300 kilo gorilla at King of the Table, we're going to put him in a cage and not feed him for a week, get him real pissed off, and you're going to pull him. I would do it. I can't say no. So, as much as I want to be in the 105 kilo category, and I really want to prove that I belong in that 105 kilo category, and I want to climb that ladder all the way to the damn top, um, I constantly get offered matches. So it makes me laugh. Yeah, I can imagine being offered a Brian Shaw match in 2025. I really can. Um, like, I don't know. It's because I have a big wave of marketing. So actually, let me let me share with you guys some stats as to, and it'll give you an understanding of why I get given big matches and marketing. So um, in the 24 days from when my match was announced through to, let's see if we can see that. Come on, camera, go clear. Go clear. Come on, camera. Seriously. It's on auto zoom. Oh, let's try another camera. See if this one's working. Okay, there we go. There we go. So there is my final marketing summary for King of the Table 11. So combined views / reach for King of the Table 11 promotion posts made by me since my announcement on 7th of May. Facebook 1.093 million, Instagram 2.01 million, Instagram stories 192,000, YouTube long form videos 128,000, X 5.7, TikTok 18.1. And all figures quoted above are calculated from combined views of videos posted and exposures of photos posted where the King of the Table 11 title and pay-per-view link was advertised. Okay, so that gives you some perspective as to why I get matches. That's why I get big matches, and that's why I keep getting marketable matches. Like, they always put me against the other marketable dude. And yeah, it's why it's difficult for me to get into the damn 105 kilo category and just be an arm wrestler, is because they always use me for my combination of arm wrestling and marketing. And so when people say, why does Ryan Bowen get a match? That's why Ryan Bowen gets matches. Okay. That's why. That is why. Hey, another super chat. Tech Almighty. So if Khaled first pulled you, you would have lost. Well, Khaled did actually call me out. He wants to pull me again. Like I said, this is exactly on the theme that we were just talking about. Khaled wants to pull me again. He wants to pull me fresh. And of course, I will say yes. If King of the Table is to offer it to me, I will say yes. Do I think I could beat Khaled? Yes. The reason I think I could beat Khaled fresh. And by the way, Khaled's hand is so friggin' amazing. When I shook his hand, it's honestly, I'll put it this way: if you were to chop my hand off at the wrist, you would chop Khaled's hand off at the wrist, and you would put it on the scales, I think his hand would weigh twice mine. That's how big and thick and dense his hand is. So I can't beat Khaled on wrist flexion. No way. That's his wrist flexion. No way. But Khaled, I do believe I could put him in a hook and beat him in the side pressure realm. If I can make it about side pressure, it's over. Khaled's elbow does not. I remember it from last time. Khaled's elbow is independent of his muscular strength. Okay. And all I would need to do to beat Khaled would be to put it in that lane. And if once it's in that lane, it's done. And now to keep him in that lane, I would just need to have wrist flexion sufficient to defeat his bicep. So I would only need to train that in preparation for Khaled, wrist flexion, and if I can keep him, he's pronated down, it's in the side pressure lane, we're good. Yeah, but thank you for the super chat, Tech Almighty. Appreciate it. All right, let me scroll back. Sorry if I missed any super chats, guys. Let me just scroll back up to where we were. Oh man, I've lost track of where it was. Hang on. All right. Oh yeah, okay, there it is. Guaranteed bonus, sure. Megatron's asking. They're talking about the match. Yeah, Ryan already just destroyed Artem. Yep, yep, yep. Do you arm wrestle with your frame or muscle? What do you think the best way for lighter? That's a great question. I like that. I'm a frame arm wrestler. Um, I think like I constantly seem to operate in an arm wrestling sense against people that are muscular, that are stronger than me in a muscular sense, and I'm always having to use my frame to disengage them from their muscle and force them into a lane where they're unfamiliar. I look if you are if you have that genetic propensity to be massively strong, then you use your muscles. But if you climb the ranks as a weaker guy, then you quickly realize that the way to beat them is through using your joints. So great question, but I think there's arm wrestlers from both sides of the spectrum that are equally as dominant. Megatron trying to say Artem wasn't fresh the first time. Dude, the first time I pulled Artem, his first match was Juji Mufu. My first match, I'd gone through Evan Burgoyne. Friggin' I'd had look, Artem had pulled who did he pull? Juji Mufu and then the Beaver Pumper or something? Like, come on. You can't compare his degree of freshness to me was chalk and cheese. I'd gone through Chris Gobby and had a 5 round screamer with Evan Burgoyne, and then I beat Adam 2 minutes later. So, whatever. I love Adam, but he's never pinning me. Not on right. What else we got? Weighted pull ups. Weighted pull ups are going to make your kyphosis worse as much as they help your arm wrestling. Look, my kyphosis is what it is. My kyphosis is not going to get worse in respect to my spine. My The reason I have kyphosis is my vertebrae are wedge shaped. Okay, no degree of chiropractic or physiotherapy will change that. That's just the spine that I have. So there's no changing my kyphosis. It is what it is. It's not going to get worse because I do all my external rotations. I do everything to keep it open. I've got a great physio. I've got good strength coaches. Yeah, it's not going to make it worse. And yes, look, a lot. You could say that weighted pull-ups will help decompress the spine as you're pulling back. Like that's something that is going to yeah decompress. Anyway, would Ron Bath beat Schoolboy? I kind of answered it before, Rafa. I think Schoolboy by edge is the favorite. Murgok, us. Are you and Monster Michael Todd going to start a delusional podcast? We did discuss it, and we think we might do it on more like a monthly basis. Weekly is too often, but we might do it on a monthly basis. I really want to go and visit Monster Michael Todd Factory or whatever it's called. I want to go and spend a week with Michael and Rebecca and do some collabs and train with them. It'd be great he's asked me to come out to help him prepare for Dadakan, and I would love to do that. That would be amazing to help Michael look like he was in such good form. Meeting Michael, he's very solid, very well put together arm wrestler. You can see the 35 years has really done a job on him, and he's got a density about him that is impressive. All right, what else we got? Megatron, obviously a massive Artem fan. Megatron, blah 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 blah. Fresh Artem. What are you saying? Yes, a fresh Artem with no match beforehand today can take on Bowen or Jason Merlo. Well, Merlo smacked him as well last time they faced. Just in case you forgot. Anyway, he's in a different weight category. You'll have to pick a different dude that you want his dream match to be. But Artem, he's not pinning my right. I promise you. 2 questions from RD. How much can you cup on table system? And do you train Captains of Crush? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I remember. I feel like I was up that and I didn't answer it before. Captains of Crush, I suck at. I can close at 2.5, but no more than that. I'm nowhere near a 3. And 2.5 is like I need to be fresh. I can't just do it randomly. I need to work up and practice it a bit. I don't have the skill to do it as well, though. So, all right. You guys are still arguing about whether weighted pull-ups are good for me or not. That's great. Megatron still arguing about how good Artem is. I'll leave that now. I think I've addressed that enough. Uh, does kyphosis help on the table? It's an interesting one. It does. I definitely have more internal rotation. I can bring that forward more than others. I can be squared uh, with the referee much easier, and I can get my arm further in, deeper in, set a hook deeper. So yeah, I'd say there are definitely advantages to having kyphosis. Other people who have kyphosis that are great arm wrestlers, Rustam Babayev, um, yeah, he's kyphosis quite well. Um, what else we got? Drew 24. Megatron, I like whatever you're drinking. Please send me a case. Yeah, I think Megatron's Artem's number one fan. Um, Devil Raper. What a name. Greetings, Ryan. In your opinion, I'd really want to know in which factor of strength and style is Schoolboy beatable. Um, well, I would say he's vulnerable to presses. Uh, that would be what I think. And that's his biggest vulnerability, presses. Even though Leonidas beat him by winning the height, Leonidas obviously has amazing bicep strength to be able to beat height, to get height against Schoolboy. But I would say Schoolboy's most vulnerable lane is a solid presser. Uh, yeah, kyphosis isn't internal rotation. You're right. Kyphosis is curvature of my spine, like in this direction here. However, that does set my shoulders forward of my pec as a result because my head is further forward. So internal rotation, like this, internal rotation, it happens, but my shoulder is way clear of my pec. I can bring my elbow across my pec very comfortably. Yeah. Next match will be announced formally very soon. I've been messaging the promoters. Let me see if they responded yet. I messaged them tonight saying, "Hey, can I talk about this yet or what?" Let me just message them again. They haven't seen my message yet. Okay. I can't tell you yet. uh, all right, what else we got? Reading through your comments, guys. Let me just scroll, make sure I haven't missed a super chat. Um, oh, good, no super chats missed. Scrolling back up to where we're up to. Diabolical Billy reckons I should pull Engen and or Neil. I'll train. I'll get you a video of me training with Engen or something or Neil at some stage. Mega Mike is a beast. I agree. Tall Paul. Hey, Mark Wright, my man on Facebook. Shout out from Warlock Arm Wrestling TV from Canada. Would love to see you compete your complete strength program. Go Blue, go. Yeah, man. Okay. I'll. So my I can talk about it generally. My without giving you specifics right at this moment. Generally speaking, my week is this. Okay, so it's structured around table time on a Wednesday night with Lachlan and Ricard. I also have a daily single heavy lift in a arm wrestling specific manner, and then 5 days a week I am in one half of the day. At the moment, I'm doing it at night. I go to the gym and do essentially a bodybuilding routine, split routine. I focus pretty much 50-50 on pushing and pulling um, and all the accessories that you would expect to go along with push and pull. And then in the second session of the day, I focus on hand and wrist. So it's a medium weight, high rep routine. So I'm in the gym for a total of roughly 2.5 hours a day at the moment. And that is 6 days a week. And on the seventh day, I don't go to the gym, but I still do my hand and wrist stuff. So I've got about an hour on the seventh day. But yeah, so and I even do legs, guys. I even do legs. There is a day that involves some legs. So yeah. But the actual specific reps and sets and all that sort of stuff, um, yeah, that's all designed and inspired by Sebastian Oreblock, yeah, and myself. Davey wants to see Levan compete in power slap. Oh, that's got to be the worst sport in the history of sports. I feel like someone will die on the stage very soon. Terrible. But yes, Levan would do well. Yeah, I would love to collab with Devin again. Devin and I, we have this 40 versus 50 thing. It's going to happen. It might not happen on an official stage, but I will travel to Canada at some point and go train with Devin, and we can have a I'm sure a backyard style super match, 40 versus 50. Especially now he's coming down to this 105 kilo class, makes it a whole lot more interesting. Would love to. Megatron says, "I'm not trolling you, Ryan. I just believe Artem has leveled up, and if he's fresh, no prior match when he faces you, it'll be good." That's great. I appreciate that, man. And like I said, Artem's a good dude. I love Artem. I've known Artem for a long time. He's a good dude. It's just a weight difference thing, man. He's 90 kilos. I'm 105, and I'm just as committed as he is. And I've never lost to him, and I have faced him fresh, uh, and I beat him 4-0 when I faced him fresh. All right. What else we got? Just reading through the comments, guys. Mm-mm. Here's an interesting one. Ryan, why do you think that someone as strong as Andrei Smaev is not doing very good in arm wrestling? Ongoing theory is that he's not being trained properly. Um, I haven't seen Andrei Smaev on the table. Let me quickly Google. Uh, Smaev. I feel like I haven't actually seen him arm wrestle. Obviously, he's a massive human, Andrei Smaev. But the thing is, there is such a thing as the curse of strength, and I always feel like the curse of strength is what it does is it locks you into basic shapes because your intuition, the feedback that your body gives, is that your best chance of victory is to just try harder on this broad brushstroke of a thing. Where to become a good arm wrestler, you really need to understand. You need to peel back those layers of strength, and you need to arm wrestle at a very low pressure to feel the nuances. And then you need to become strong in those nuances. So I think someone like Andrei Smaev, if he's not being coached correctly and he's being allowed to just try to be strong all the time, then that's a problem. Like if I was to coach someone as strong as him, or like a, uh, a Brian Shaw, like if I was arm wrestling with someone like that, I would arm wrestle them at 10% pressure, and I would say we're not allowed to go above 10% pressure. Okay, I want you to win this match against me without going above 10% pressure. That's literally how I would coach them, and until they can navigate the dance of arm wrestling at a pressure of 10%. I wouldn't increase it to 20. And as they start to get better at it, we can increase. But when big strong guys go as hard as they can in the early phase, they get addicted to bad lanes. So that's probably what's happening. And I call that the curse of strength. Yeah. So Brian has just released the Devon video. Very cool. I will go and watch it. I'll go and watch it. Yeah, Schoolboy beat me in a hook in round five. I defensively hooked. I was afraid to take center in round five, and I tried to defensive hook and held him off for I think 3, 4 surges, and then he got through. It was round six when I took center rather than giving center and propping for defense. I came at him and took center, and then I was able to pin him. And so yeah, Evening, Phil. Good to see you, brother. Hope you are well. Jordan Davis is a good example of frame. Yeah, Jordan's a frame-based puller for sure. He's not a strong, muscular arm wrestler, but he's a great joint based arm wrestler. Very, very good example. All right, I'm just going to scroll through. I'm way behind on that on the chat, so I'm just going to catch up a little bit. Sorry if I do skip you. I won't skip any super chats. Um, yeah, the Drew 24, that one's going to happen. The 40 versus 50 will definitely happen. What else we got? Looking like Dad Pro Max. Yeah, the Ned Flanders look. I actually think this look's here to stay. I'm really happy with this. I need to get rid of this. All this stubble. Um, Problem is, look, I always had that gap there and that gap there. That's why I can never grow the beard. But the moustache is good. Although I do need a trim. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it probably tomorrow. Have I ever pulled a Kimbo? I haven't pulled a Kimbo, but he's a great lightweight arm wrestler. He's quite a high level, but I think I'd be okay just given the size difference. Tree Dog, thank you, man. Says awesome performance in the Schoolboy. Definitely excited to see where he goes in the super heavyweight category. Yeah, I think this Schoolboy's very hungry and very driven and wants to climb that ladder. So I think he's going to pull Ron Barth next. That's what he's pushing for. So I hope he gets that match. I think it's great. I have Schoolboy as a slight favorite over Ron. So we've almost been on for an hour. It's now 3:30 a.m. in the morning for me, so I might start to wrap it up. I'll guys give you 5 more minutes. If anyone has any really juicy questions, send them through now, and I will answer them. But yeah, we'll put the last call out. What's this one? Ryan, please tell us your steroid stack. Stop ignoring. You think I'm going to tell you all this sort of stuff? It's no. The answer to that is no. No. It's confidential. No. Or maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. It's confidential. Whatever. No. My suggestion, if you want to know someone's deepest, darkest secrets, is earn their trust on an individual level. Don't skip my comment, you chump. There you go. Is that the one you didn't want me to skip? Or was there one you said before that I skipped? Oh, there it is. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back and see it. Levan Sagias filming. Super glad you got spanked by Schoolboy. Hopefully it was a wake-up call and you become more humble and realize that you're nowhere near the level. Anyways, keep working, you little twerp. Yeah. Said from the coolest dude in his mother's pantry. Go suck on that one, mate. Yeah, real tough guy. Okay, that's my best impression of what I imagine that guy to sound like. That's what I imagine he would sound like in real life. Do I watch other sports? I do watch rugby league. Rugby league. I do watch rugby league. I enjoy that. Yeah, Travis is back. That's an exciting thing. Travis coming back is exciting. I love Travis as an arm wrestler. I think he's one of the most entertaining, and I hope he's back for good. Back for good. Tall Paul. I think Tall Paul enjoyed my impression of the chump in his mother's pantry. Where did I get that from? He's sitting in his mother's pantry. Well, I have a big pantry. I have a walk-in pantry, so maybe that's why. But anyway, old chumpsters can go suck it. Mother's basement. That's what my brain wanted to say, but yeah, you're in your mother's basement. I know. How long till Rickard beats Lachlan? Look, I love Lachlan. I think Rickard would win now. Rickard's amazing, guys. Rickard's amazing. I was that. Connor Matthews says you have the best Travis impression. I wasn't even trying to be Travis. Then I was trying to be the loser in the pantry, but Hey man, I can do Travis if you want me to do Travis. Who's he facing next? What am I facing? Some Kanchenko twerp? He doesn't even know. He's been sucking on his. I've been arm wrestling since he was sucking on his mom's teddy. And you know what? I'm gonna give him a lesson. That's my Travis impression. Ooh. Next Arm Gods match for me. I don't know, man. I'm all, my phone's always open, ready for a call. Paul Lynn versus Bourneman. No, I think that it's really interesting to see who Rickard gets given for the first match. Like, so Core Sports had a big, long conversation with both myself and Lachlan about Rickard and his potential. And let's just say that they're very aware of Rickard and they're looking for the right opportunity. Would Travis be able to beat me now? I think that Travis is not back and motivated. So, yeah, he's a huge human. And arm wrestling is one of those sports where it comes back so easily. Your ability comes back so easily. So I would think that Travis will come back real quick to a good level again. Phil Woody says Ryan eats insults like cookies. Give it up, haters. Keep up the good work. I appreciate it. Yeah, nothing is more satisfying than watching the haters cry in a puddle of their own pathetic tears where they try to tell me what I can't do. And watching that little puddle of tears that they have evaporate and get smaller and smaller as they're like a fish in an evaporating pool. And I every now and then I piss in the pool just to try to make them live a little bit longer and give them some sort of hope. I'll piss in their little pool, give them a bit more fluid. But by the end of it, they're just swimming in a concentrated pool of my piss and they drown and die. That's what happens to them all because none of them can stop me because all the people that are actually ranked above me actually respect me. All the people that are these nonsense bullshit people, they're so far non-relevant. Like they're so low on the relevant scale that no one actually knows who on earth they are, and there's nothing that they could do to stop me from getting to the rank that I'm going to get to, because unless they're sitting above me, they can't stop me. So they can die in a little evaporating pool of piss. Yeah, that's what I think about that. What chance do I have against? Hang on. What chance do you think you'd have against Data Khan at 105 if you had 6 months prep? I like that. Casting that one out there, looking for a bite in the delusional. Will you catch one? Look, 6 months. I need more than 6 months. I need more than 6 months. Definitely need more. Data Khan is the world champion. I am looking for a match in the 10 to 15 bracket. So I would lose at the moment. 6 months is not enough time. What else we got? Ray Wiley likes my piss analogy, I think. Yep. BPC 157. That's a popular. So I have taken BPC 157, and I personally didn't feel like it changed my inflammation or injury that I had at the time when I took it. I have taken TB 500, however, and that really did feel like it made a difference. So I've heard other people say the exact opposite. I'm a fan. If I'm injured, I take TB 500 and I put it straight into the injury site. Yeah. All right. Well, sorry. I'm just enjoying myself. I'm going to end it there, guys. I appreciate all of you, especially everyone who asked good questions. The super chat guys, legends. Thank you for that. Even the basement dwelling pathetic nobodies. Thanks for tuning in. Good luck on your quest to beat your your mother in an arm wrestle someday, maybe she'll let you have your friends over on the weekend if you're a good boy tonight, and make sure you don't leave your dirty washing on the floor too many times, okay? Because if you do, you won't be able to play Nintendo for a whole week. All right.